Right, I'm going to have another sesh. Because I've been running around like a blue-eyed fly again, some of these might not be in order or whatever, so bear with us. Gardening looks good, nice bit of colour now, all the borders are finished. These are prims, my Gladioli on the plot. Started doing them for the first time ever, and I like them. Introduced them to our show as well, although there ain't no show. Flea beetle, here on my Gladys, we'll cover that a bit later on, but these are a pain in the arse. These are my velvet, what I call velvet Gladys, and I've timed them so I can work for them next year when we do have the show, when I've got to plant them. Peppers, when they're ready, they will get picked, obviously, for the family and whatever. You can see the velvet sheen on them, love them. But as soon as I'm ready, I'll bring them up the house. These would have been shown down the Welsh show last weekend, but obviously the Warno show. We're starting getting some rains on a night now as well, although we have nice coloured days. But when the Gladys are ready, this would be mates. I bunged them in for him. Wormcast, we had a bulk load of them delivered. I was Paul getting around to transfer it into the shed inside. Now I flogged that out 10 litres for $2.50. Look at these Corcus delphinium, nice bright blue. Big flowers on them and all, which is good. On the British Gladiolus Society, bunging me what's it's on. A flower had finished, so in its place I'll put one of my Gladioli pots, just so we ain't got a gap or nothing. Right, sorting out my shallots. I'm now if you've got a split skin, which I have on that one, just rub it all the way around. That skin comes off, and then you got a nice complete skin with a good colour on underneath. And now use egg box the trays, and it holds them up nice and firm. If there's any saftens, they look bloody soft and they haven't been them. But these go in the garage and they're stored in there because it's nice and dark and cold. Looking at me Gladys, looking up at the top of the garden. Little shopping Sunday. I put some more plants out. Phlox. I thought, yeah, I've got a gap, so I can put him in where I had my little pot of Gladys. So I moved that, dug a hole, bit of mycorrhizal fungi in the hole as normal. Put him in, get him a good watering, put the bark back in. Summit finishes flowering, summit else takes over, which is what you want. Up either side and whatever. Delphinium's doing well. When they finish, I'll jog them as well. Them two around the Showmaster onions. These are from Marshall's. Those crap plants went out of them, but obviously I'm still growing them. But I'm using these for 8.8 ounce or 250. So is it under 8.8, which is good, or if it grams under 250, which is what I want. And I've got to get three the same shape, colour, whatever. This is just a trialing for next year. End of the greenhouse. All I got left is for chilies and a couple of little climbers, which I'm still trialing with. So here we've got what we got. Devil's finger, devil's tongue, and Medusa. I'm putting them in. See the roots on just one side of the pot again, meaning if there's something still growing in a pot in the greenhouse, turn them daily. Then you get roots either side. Good watering. Exactly the same in the garden as well. Livingston daisy, love them. Not too close to the edge next year. Right, flea beetle. This is a pain in the arse. I don't like using baddies, but I'm gonna, because organic now could be done. I got rid of these a couple of years ago. 7. This is off eBay. 44 quid for 3 tubs. Well, that's expensive. Oh, but it jobs bloody everything. Instead of wasting it, put them in like talcum powder, put some on your hand and then just blow it on and it goes on a mist and it covers everything. And it bloody works. I'm using this on my Gladys now, a lot. You have to buy 3. I'll just flog 2 to my mates. I'm surprised how many people want them because they want to look after their veg or whatever. It's no good growing something if bloody nature takes it away. Rhubarb, growing that for giant as well. But this is before the rain comes. Spuds, give them a good soaking. Back to the greenhouse. Mulch with straw, keeping the moisture in. If you remember my plants when I planted them, I had one little runoff from the bottom, and I got an extra plant out of him. But now there's another one shot from the bottom of that, so I'm going to have another stem going up, meaning when the tomatoes finish on the first one, I'll get extras. Looping, as I cut him back, he's come back again. More Gladiolus on plot. When they're ready, they'll get chopped. Prims, love them. You got to get, if you're showing these, you're going to have 5 flowers on for exhibition. Just another order. But the winds we have it as well. You have to stake everything. So the winds are a pain in there, so where there's all the pot. Our little wants to do a compost, but I've cut out a large bit of copy for him because he's going on top of solid ground slabs. Strawberries still growing away. Everything is nice and straight on the Gladiolus world, which is what I want them. I still grow a bloody loop though, but when they are ready, I'll pick them. So we've got a bit of colour around the house. Taters, still picking them. I have to get the side netting up to get them out to get in there. Grapevine, side shoots that are coming out, the leaf axils, I'm taking them off because I want the growth to go on the new shoot that goes straight away along the wire. And any growth on the other one from the side, I'll take that off as well. I would like both grapes to be at the end of the tunnel. You can't see that very well, that's my pear tree, but the growth that's put on as well, that's been tied down. Train them, tell them where you want to go. With our loopy weather, I have some Gladies and they've got 3 heads on them on one spike. Fruit trees, I'm still throwing new shoots, so I'm tying in, cutting out everything. This is down the bottom of the plot, and basically what I want to do, I'll be able to walk down either side. Right, I've done this for me, my compost book that I've just about finished. This is if you want a mini worm farm, but it's good if you've got grandkids as well, get them involved into gardening. But if you need extra worms, this is how you do it. And this is me little mincer from Lidl, 10 quid, and that breaks everything up into powder form, which is good for one of these little worm farms. Oyster shells, I get them as well. Loads of natural products, which were the compost and the worms love. Layers chicken pellets, a powder for them as well. Worms love them. There's alfalfa pellets as well. Well, there's loads of little chaps which I'm jobbing for me. Normal compost. A seaweed, dried trop shredded seaweed. I'm putting them in powder form as well. Right, this is affecting micro organisms. I started this about 5 years ago. I've done this for my book as well. It's all covered in my book, but this is how I won one of the large competitions, and I beat the big boys using this stuff. Basically now it's like compost tea. More Gladys again. This is me exhibition onions, Peter Alden strain. I want 2 large ones for the class, and then 3 as soon as I get to 17.5 inches around, they're coming out. As you can see, then they're drying off. The tops are dried off, then I'll top and tail them. Back on the sides again, dailies are now coming through. Them have started to come through, so I'm taking over from something else, giving me a nice bit of colour. I've just got to get that lawn sorted now. Get some spring and summer on when we get a bit of rain forecast. But everything's doing well. Still deadheading once I've got the time, walking around. Doing a bit of wine, gonna bottle some more wine, so I've got a corks, I'll put in water and then put a weight on top of that, let the corks soak it up, so they fit the bottles well. I always try it before I bottle it. No good bottling it if it tastes crap, and he tasted nice, so I'll bottle the chap. This was another $1 plum wine, first time I've done this one, and he's a good one. It's a nice odd one, I've only had one of him. Carrots up the garden, that's just pulling them out what they look like, but when I want some out, I look on the top. water it before and then just pull them out, finger and thumb, how many you want. That's all I want for dinner. It's only me and the missus. And then water the rest in case you disturbed anything. Just swill them, top and tail them. No need to wash them, peel them, nothing. Especially with the runners as well. If any runners gone over the top, just take the beans out. Another, I think it's a lily, but it's come out and all. One of my poms, dahlias. Good downpour of rain, which is what we wanted. Everything needed it. Dahlia on the bottom, forgot the name of him. I'll call him Clive. Lupin, he's putting more colour on now. He was cut back earlier on. And me delphiniums there is cut back as well. And he's showing signs. Back on the plot again, more Gladys. I'm going to get fed up with the Gladys. But as soon as I'm ready. There was a show last week down Wales, and I showed me Gladys down there. And they was for that obviously, but there you now. Oh, there's another one, look. Probably the same bloody photo. And him. Jesus whipped. Told you, bear with me. Right, the leeks on the left, that ain't work. He's over at the top of the roof. Tomatoes, I'm getting a yellow one. Onions, these are the what's for the 8 ounce as well. There's quite a few gone to seed because of the loopy bloody weather. But as soon as I've dried off, I'll top and tail them and start sorting them out. The ones I've gone to seed will be eaten first. You know, still eat them. You just got that stem in the middle. All the same, but you get globe and you get round and tomatoes in the greenhouse. The taste of them is superb. God knows what it was, but I'll be saving the seed off that. The phlox, because of the heat, he's going to have a good soaking. And the heat in the greenhouse, I've got to sort him out as well. So I'll get a jug, bit of flour, get some water and make a paste. Give him a good swizzle around, get an old paintbrush and just wallop some, it's surprising how quick it dries. And it does keep it nice and cool. It is superb for the weather we're getting. Scratchings, now and get these 50 pence a bag. There he is, had a good waiting. Hour later, he's standing up again. Best time to water when the sun goes off everything. Easiest with a hose pipe. Really quicker. Especially I'm running around, keeping your brain occupied, which I do, brain and body. More Gladys coming out. When they do come out, then I'll move them round to the patio or bung them in the house. Cut them. You got to cut these early with there's what I put in for my mate Mark Robinson on the British Gladiolus Society. Got new flags gone up for the green ward on the plot. These is that Lady Ellen, the yellow one? I forget the names on her. My memory's crap. Right, this is the Earthworm Society of Great Britain. They've organised a Composters UK virtual meetup, and I'm talking on behalf of the Worm Composting UK group on Facebook. I've got a 15-minute presentation on Zoom, so that'll be good. Then there's Q&A at the end with after the third speaker. So I'm chuffed to get in on that. That'll be something to look forward to. Bit more colour on my looping and my delphinium. This little chap here, he's off the same plant and he's coming light blue. Weird. Something else I'm making here is my EM, if you remember earlier on, with that yellow container. But you can't, I've googled it and you can make your own. And basically it's 1 cup of brown rice, 2 cups of water, mix it, cover it, and store it away for a week, so I'll cover him again next week. That's my mate's Gladdy next door to me. He never gets them up, he don't talk to them, piddle on them or nothing. Look at the bloody blooms he's got on there. Good lad. That's a nice white, and I've got some corkers this year, the whitens, and them nice, large, compact as well. And I'll put 3 of them and a single one on the British Gladiolus Society virtual show, weekly show, what they have. Good thing with it, people are telling me the names on them when I'm bunging them on, which is good. So as soon as they do come out, bloody covered him before as well. Mon amour, thank you very much. Oh, look at that Sunday night takeaway from Shinar's Balti. Jingle as is. Right, when the delphiniums cut back, finished, and I'll cut them back. Composting, there's my compost from last week. So that's how it's broken down in a week. Then I will put my chopped ingredients, when I've just chopped and mixed up, put them in. Close up of them as well. Then I'll get a good watering with me liquid osmuck or me brew of nettle brew or whatever. Then put the lid on, carpets and lid. Some more Gladys, these are my Prems. Another Lady Ellen there. I forgot the name of that one. We like our meat, so and we like our veg, so more carrots come out for another meal. You gotta get them while you got the runners. Right, these are drying off nice now. The onions, there's Globo and Safrine. And I'll get three there. Oh, eating onions on the plot. Some of them are still standing up, so I've left them. These will be come up next week though for definite. These are nice and 5 flowers on him, which is what if he was judging him, that's what the judge is looking for. Little bit of gap on the bottom. I little wanted a pepper, so I got him one up. Yeah, good lad. Right, I've got one more chilli to plant out, so I get a pot. Cut the bottom out of him, so he's got extra root growth to go underneath and all. Putting mycorrhizal fungi in the hole after I've made the same size hole as a pot. Bug him in, wait him. More Gladys in the kitchen. Bit black over Bill's mothers. So last couple of nights we've had some good bloody dollops of rain. Got my spring and summer lawn feed ready. So I bung that out because it just started raining. He'll have another sesh later on. Although he ain't straight, he's a nice white one. All these are skinned down now, drying off. He's a nice one and all. I forgot his name and all. Call him Mary. Still picking the straws. Don't forget, the more you pick, the more you're gonna get. Wind and rain, bloody splattered quite a few, but everybody's in the same boat. That's nature. Some things pick you up, some things let you down. More velvet, cutting them. So he's took 92 days to flower. Staking them I've got out, and the last bed I'm just earthing them up as well, straightening them until they get too high. Then I'll have to put a cane around them as well. And I'll put them, I'm showing them as well. He's a nice one, odd one. But a nice bit of colour all around the house now. These are the Gladys in the tunnel. And with these straw on top as normal, with all my raised bed, keeps the moisture in, keeps the weeds down. Right, no weeds anyway. If I take the straw away, then take the growing medium way, you see me undersoil watering system in there, but that's working. Right, runners off my strawberry, which is doing in the basket. Take the runners off. He's got to produce, he throws more strawberries. Unless you want the runners, of course, then leave them. Loads of fruits now. The best one, that was scrumptious, down the greenhouse, down the plot. But I'm thinning everything again. New shoots that are coming off, I don't want them. Just look after the trees, shape them, tell them where you want to go. There's a pear again. It was only done a week ago. You can see the new growth sticking up again, what he's putting on. Just tie him down. You're trading him where to go. Gladys again. He's an odd one. God knows where I get these odd ones from. But they're nice, so he's going to go as well. And these are the white ones. I forget the name of these. I ain't got time to mark all the bloody names of everything. But there's some corkers on these. Exactly the same again. I time them. So he's took 77 days to flower. When somebody recognised it on the website and they tell me, then I'll go and mark it up and put the name on. But raspberries, they need tying up again, so they don't collapse with the weight of when they get the rain on and the weight of the fruit. Nice and straight. Took some whitens back home as well. Some bloody weight on these as well. To be careful, you got to make sure you got a good heavy vase. And there I got 4 in. Just about got the 4 in. Some other dollops then go in the living room. Them in the kitchen window, so the power sponge when air walks past. But that's working with the greenhouse. It is now cool in there. Let's just try my new camera out with me micro photo crap. Right, he's finished the delphinium now, so I'm chopped him off altogether. Then I give it a good feed, which is what I did with the last ones, and me looping, and you get new shoots on them. This is the last one. They started off all blue, if you remember, and this chap was a light blue, which is good in the sense, being different colours. Is it? They using seed from a F1 hybrid, because they go back to the parent plants, don't they? So you could get anything. Don't give a monkeys. Is that a daylily? Don't know. Can't remember. But it's a nice bit of colour. But delphiniums, I've been chuffed with them this year. I like them, love them. Grapevine, he's still doing loop. He's growing well away. I've covered this before, and what a ragwort. So you know what's happening, don't you? I'm just thinning the little chap out. Lupins, somebody did it before and he says you only get colour on half it, but I'm getting a bit more colour on all. One on the right's nearly finished, so he'll come off. But this light blue one is superb, the delphinium, love him. More Gladius. Straightening these up as well in the tunnel, earth him up, and that's one of the second delphinium I chopped. There's the first one, and there's new growth on that one as well, so he's coming back into growth again. That was my mate on the plot. Gordon Bennett. Prims, I'm nearly at the end, don't get going yet. And that little chap, the Odden, I brought him back on and all. Because we've had some good downpours of rain, we've had on a night, we've had the back door open. The bloody frog jumped in up the step. How the hell did he get up there? Right, on the end of me, that's the last photo this is. On the end of my book back cover, I'm going to put something like, contains no waffle, no Latin names, no bulls. Well, I could put bullshit, but I'll put bull, and I've got a photo of him on. And underneath I've just put, I wish I could have had some bull crap.